Wanya back inside the wrestling basement, coming at you with 5 possibilities we could very well see tomorrow night on Friday Night Smackdown, just 1 week away from the SummerSlam 2020 pay-per-view. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. The first thing we could potentially see as far as Friday Night Smackdown tomorrow night, we could very well see the debut of a female Retribution member. Now, as many of you may know or may not know, the 2 female superstars has been revealed, and one is Vanessa Ball and the other one is Chelsea Green. Now, Chelsea Green has been on Impact Wrestling and in NXT as part of the Robert Stone brand, and Robert Stone was on TNA also. But as far as these 2 female superstars, those were definitely the 2 superstars confirmed, with female superstars confirmed that's part of this Retribution group, and we could very well see one of those 2 superstars enter this SmackDown Battle Royal, where the winner will go on to face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Man, storyline wise, it makes sense because nobody is buying this Retribution shit. I mean, nobody. I ain't seen nothing positive being said about Retribution, and to be honest, that's kind of a bad thing. So WWE need to right now make up their mind to choose what direction they want these superstars to go in, and I feel as though Chelsea Green winning this women's battle royal match and going on to SummerSlam would be the perfect setup, because right now it's not time for Bayley to lose the SmackDown Women's Championship. So this would just be one more roadblock in Bayley's reign as the SmackDown Women's Champion. So hopefully either Vanessa Bond or Chelsea Green of Retribution win this battle royale match and go on to face Bayley at SummerSlam. The second thing we could very well see tomorrow night on Friday Night Smackdown is Alexa Bliss romance with Bray Wyatt the Fiend. Now, we seen 2 weeks ago on Friday Night Smackdown, Alexa Bliss was attacked, brutalized, maimed, and dragged by her scalp by Bray Wyatt the Fiend. I over exaggerate that just a little bit, but we seen what happened to her ass. She got the claw, the mandible claw by Bray Wyatt the Fiend, and last week on Friday Night Smackdown, they even made Friday Night Smackdown last week as far as the Fiend spectacular. Now, we never seen Bray Wyatt the Fiend have an entrance on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night Smackdown until last week, last week's show. Now, he done popped out and attacked a couple motherfuckers, the lights go out, he appear in the ring, but we never in history, until last week on Friday Night Smackdown, seen the Fiend make a complete entrance. Now, we seen that, and I was very intrigued, and I was definitely sitting through that commercial breaks and all, and we seen this entrance. Like, that was something that a rare thing to see, and since we did see the Fiend last week, he tried yet again to attack Alexa Bliss, but she stopped him and kind of caressed him. And it seems as though, like I said, the first week he attacked, the second week she kind of embraced it. And I feel as though every week leading up to SummerSlam, which SummerSlam is next week, we got tomorrow night Friday Night Smackdown, and next week Friday Night Smackdown. This week on Friday Night Smackdown, like the romance between these 2 superstars, character-wise, being part of the Wyatt family, I feel as though it can increase even more. Like this week on Friday Night Smackdown, Bray Wyatt might not even try to attack Alexa Bliss. He might very well invite her to the Firefly Funhouse, or goddammit, when the show come on, her ass might already be in that bitch. Like, this storyline is getting better by the weeks, and as far as the Blue Brand Friday Night Smackdown, every single week, especially lately, my main keying in focus of what I'm paying attention to is this Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt the Fiend segment. And Braun Strowman, he playing tough and shit, like he finna get past the Fiend and motherfucking remain the Universal Champion. But little do he know, if he do manage to defeat the Fiend, he got double law waiting on his ass when he do return. So, regardless of whatever the situation may be, Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt the Fiend, this storyline is going to get even better. And we could very well be one step into Alexa Bliss being a full-time member and Sister Abigail as part of the Wyatt family. The third thing we could very well see as far as Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow, sticking to the last point, we could see Braun Strowman announce a horrific stipulation as far as his Universal Championship match against the Fiend at SummerSlam. Like Kane and The Undertaker, they had inferno matches. Lumberjack matches, that's some regular shit. Like, Bray Wyatt the Fiend and Braun Strowman, they match stipulation at SummerSlam. They really can't afford to have no regular one-on-one match where you win by pinfall submission and disqualification and count out. They really can't afford to do that. This shit just spiraled all out of hand where they got to go the extra mile to really determine who is the rightful, who deserved to be the Universal Champion and reign supreme over the Blue Brand on Friday Night SmackDown. So if I had to put a stipulation as far as this Universal Championship match, the best match type that fit this category as far as Bray Wyatt the Fiend and Braun Strowman would have to be, in my opinion, an Inferno match. Now, of course, they had to, do all type of up-to-date technology shit to, make this shit look believable, considering the fact they just had an eye for an eye match as far as Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio. This match between Bray Wyatt the Fiend and Braun Strowman is going to be the best match on SummerSlam card, as far as I'm concerned, because they have a lot, weighing on this match, and regardless who will win this match, this storyline is far from over. So SummerSlam, the match between Bray Wyatt the Fiend and Braun Strowman must have a special stipulation, and either this week or next week on Friday Night SmackDown, the SmackDown going into SummerSlam, we'll definitely get a stipulation match. The fourth thing we could very well see happen this Friday night on SmackDown is Sasha Banks into the Battle Royale match, and she declared that she won 3 championships, because we all know this rumor been going around since Sasha Banks even returned to WWE that she was going to challenge Bayley at SummerSlam for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So, as far as this Battle Royale match and Sasha Banks actually entering, this is one of the possibilities that I see that completely overboard, because I feel as though what Sasha Banks and Bayley got going right now, this is far from over with, due to the fact that we all know Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, they had the spotlight on them for the past couple of years, and now it's really time for Sasha Banks and Bayley to really get their rightful spot as far as the main roster and all the championship gold that's due to them, especially Bayley. Bayley, what people is not really paying attention to, which is being thrown out there, but people's looking over it. Bayley is down there and had that SmackDown championship for almost a year. It's creeping up on that year, and I got a strong feeling she's going to surpass that 1 year mark. And Bayley, if I had to go into the future, Bayley is going to hold the SmackDown Women's Championship for 400 days. I can see it's going to be 400 plus days. She's going to break history. She's going to make history. We all know WWE, they like to make history. So as far as this possibility of Sasha Banks entering the Battle Royale match and wanting to challenge Bayley at SummerSlam, it's very unlikely, because Sasha Banks got the championship at SummerSlam. So 3 belts do sound good, but there's a lot of goddamn work, if you ask me. It's a lot of trouble just to goddamn get 3 belts. And plus, how this gonna fare as far as that tag team, them being the women's tag team champions. Overall, it's a good idea storyline wise, but don't expect this one to happen. I definitely don't see this happening, but hey, it is a possibility. And the fifth thing I potentially see happening this Friday night on SmackDown is a babyface turn for Sheamus. Now, we've seen the past couple of weeks, Sheamus has really been bullying Jeff Hardy. Sheamus has definitely been the heel in this whole storyline, and Jeff Hardy has been the babyface. And just recently, we got a very, very rare occurrence where a heel versus a heel superstar has had a match and a serious rundown. And we just seen Sheamus versus King Corbin, and of course, King Corbin ass ain't never finna be a babyface. Never. If King Corbin returned to a babyface, I will completely stop watching WWE. King Corbin is the type of superstar that would never turn babyface. It's nothing good about King Corbin. King Corbin is such a jerk on TV that, of course, I know he ain't like that in real life, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was like that in real life. He just played the bad guy so good, and since this storyline between King Corbin and Sheamus is far from over, they setting up a babyface turn for Sheamus in the near future on Friday Night SmackDown. Like I said, they planned the season as far as that last week when Sheamus and King Corbin had a one-on-one match, which all stemmed from King Corbin interfering in Sheamus match and Sheamus interfering in the King Corbin match, which all set this whole thing off. And I'm just overall happy that they taking the focus off of Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy, because for a second I thought their ass was toast. I felt as though they was gonna continuously to beat up on them, and that whole Sheamus and Jeff Hardy storyline, it was cool and all, but I don't really like for them to, talk about Jeff Hardy being no junkie and no alcoholic. WWE are some pretty cold motherfuckers. They do some shit and they drive that shit into the ground. That shit not cool. And considering the fact that I haven't watched Jeff Hardy ever since I was a kid, that shit ain't cool that they do that shit. But hey, that's their product. And as far as Sheamus being the babyface, his character, he has been a babyface in the past, and superstars like King Corbin, like I said, would never be a babyface. So if they was to continue the storyline between King Corbin and Sheamus, more than likely is what they're going to do. They're definitely going to picture Sheamus and put him up to be the babyface in this whole rivalry between the two. And hopefully, and this is something I'm very leaning forward to WWE doing. Since Sheamus did come back and say that he only won one championship, and that's not the Universal Championship, it got to be the IC Championship, and AJ Styles definitely going to be the Intercontinental Champion for a long time. And if they turn Sheamus to a babyface, it'll be the perfect pendulum, the perfect dynamic for Sheamus as a babyface to go over on the heel AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Champion. Mic drop. 5 possibilities we could potentially see as far as Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night. Feel free to smash the like button, super kick the subscribe button, comment down below, and hit the bell notification. Share this video if you found this information helpful, entertaining, or whatever. If you're a wrestling fan, hey, until next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.